Miles, you look fantastic, but let's dive into some baseball here, okay? You were one strike away from a no-hitter against the Pirates. You threw 129 pitches. You don't see that in baseball anymore. Walk me through the recovery of that 129 pitches and what that was like.
Just a good, nice long run the next day. It was really hot here in St. Louis, so I got a great run and a great flush. Hit the weights pretty hard, and we had an extra day going into the next series, so I made sure I took that extra day and just really enjoyed it. Didn't do anything on the extra day. Some guys will still come in and play catch or, come in and do something. That in between that off day was a spa day for me. And then it was just pretty normal. I mean, I've been up to 110 or 115 earlier, and, I like to kind of get as many pitches as I can per outing, get my money's worth. So the more I can throw, the better. And I think as the season's gone on, the more I've thrown, I think the better I'm starting to feel in between outings as well.
Keith McPherson here, checking in with you, Miles. So I love what you said about a pitch clock and a hitter's clock. I watched the clip a few times.
Yeah,
I want you to speak more about that, right? So, all this talk about a pitch clock and the pitchers being in check. Speak a little bit more about how you feel about the hitters stepping into the box, being ready to go.
Yeah, I just think, going back to my comment, I think if you're going to call it a pitch clock, I feel like it's on me as the pitcher to keep the game moving, and that's what I'm trying to do. And we got guys calling time, and, like I said, you got to, maybe look at the rule book. I don't know. I'm not a big rules guy. So you got to look at the rules and if they're allowed to step out, how much, time they get. But, there's pitchers in the league that have some pretty elaborate setups as they begin to pitch, and there's a lot of batters that are kind of the same, and everyone's trying to throw off each other's timing. I get it. There's some gamesmanship there, but it's hot. It's hot in Atlanta. It's hot here in St. Louis. I'm trying to get off the field and back in the dugout so I can grab a drink or something, and you got guys calling time and stepping out, just trying to keep the game rolling. I heard something the other day. They were talking in the Braves game that Warren Spahn struck out a bunch of dudes, and they played a 15-inning game in 3 hours and 15 minutes.
What?
I'm sure the pitchers were doing a great job. He had a bunch of strikeouts, so it was probably quick that way. But 15 innings in 3 hours. I mean, we struggle to get through 9 in like 3.5 sometimes, and you got commercial breaks, and hitters got to be ready. But I think everyone, pitchers and hitters, could do their part to just make sure your batting gloves are on there real tight before you come up to the plate. Maybe some extra straps. I know on our team, Bader's got some batting gloves with it's got like an extra wrap around it. So he does it once and then he's good. So maybe some extra wraps or some wrist tape or something.
It sounds like a business opportunity for you.
Wait, hold on, Miles, because I think you're forgetting about you in the box, because we know you can swing it a little bit. Last year was the last year pitchers hit, and we know you had a rehab start where you ended up hitting a home run. So talk to us a little bit about, do you miss swinging the stick?
I only miss swinging the bat if we're facing a lefty that doesn't throw really hard, which you hardly see ever. Everyone throws too hard now. I'm not going to miss the guy we faced yesterday, Strider. Guy's throwing like 100 every pitch. I don't really want to get in there against that. Even if he's throwing only fastballs, I'm not looking for that. But, you got your slower guys, step in the box against Wayno maybe. If he would agree to throw me fastballs and not the curveball, I wouldn't mind that. But, I mean, breaking balls and guys throwing too hard. I miss hitting batting practice. Batting practice is a lot of fun.
Wait, could you get a hit off yourself? Could you get a hit off yourself, though?
Because I know myself, yeah. If I was facing myself, I'd probably just try to, this guy stinks. I'm blowing his doors off. So then as a hitter, I would just sit on the heater. I think I could squeeze run through the infield somewhere.
Hey, you just mentioned Wayno. Tell us what it's like playing this year with that trio of legends, Wayno, Yachty, Pujols. It's got to be fun.
It's like, it's like playing with the baseball encyclopedia or like an almanac. I mean, any great story. I mean, the stories are the best. Stories about guys that have, retired playing. Stories about guys that are commentating on the games and things like that. And this, just the knowledge they have is great. I mean, you could ask him a question about anything. I mean, you can ask, I can ask Albert questions about pitching, and he knows probably more about pitching than half the pitchers in the league because he's seen all those guys and he's been in those at bats, and he's worked it from the other side, kind of what he's thinking. So it's fun to pick his brain, things like that. And obviously, Wayno's got all the pitching knowledge I could ever ask for, and Yadi's the same. So it's incredible, and I think a lot of our young guys are doing a great job of also taking advantage of all the information, all the leadership there.
I was going to ask you, I had a couple years I played over in Korea, and I know you played over in Japan. Is there anything that you miss from playing over in Japan, or is there anything that you're happy that you left back in Japan?
I'm super grateful for my experience in Japan, and it's probably going to sound odd, but one of the things I miss the most about Japan is the fruit. The fruit in the grocery stores there knocks any fruit out of the ballpark here in the States. I mean, and they have like the square watermelons. The strawberries are like as big as your fist. I don't know what they do to the fruit there, but it is incredible. And then the fans, Tokyo Giants fans, I think, would give Cardinals fans about as good a run for their money as they could. We were sold out in the Tokyo Dome, and the fans are chanting, cheering. The trumpets, the flags, they were great. The fans and the fruit, I would say that, two of the really good things that are over there in Japan.
Listen, I know.
And the baseball quality is great as well.
I can only imagine what kind of experience that must have been like. I know Keith would be in on the fans, maybe not so much on the fruit. We'll talk about this later. But our good friend here, Keith McPherson, does not like fruit. None of it.
Sounds
not
like
a single piece of
nightmare.
fruit.
No fruit?
Monstrous
Oh,
fruit.
man.
A strawberry the size of your fist.
That sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel.
Nature's candy.
Yeah,
they had
Nature's candy.
the peaches there. They have these peaches from Nagano, where they had the Winter Olympics at one time. These Nagano peaches. It's almost like the Seinfeld with the Mackinac peaches. These peaches are only available for like a month. It's like biting into a water balloon, like full of peach juice.
Wow.
Like you have to eat it with a bowl underneath you. It's just incredible. It's unreal.
Oh man, but you can't return them, right? In Seinfeld, you weren't allowed to return the peach.
No.
That was bad.
Well, you don't need to return the fruit in Japan. It's all so good.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, real quick.